We got Rob Pelton's gear loadout. We guarantee you're going to come away with at least 3 good ideas.
Coming up right now. Hey, everybody. This is Derek, and with me today is the only man who loves Ziploc bags so much that he got his own life-size Ziploc bag that he sleeps in. I just wish he'd wear some pajamas. It would help out. Carl Mandrioli. What's going on, buddy?
How's it going, my friend? With me today is Derek Somerville. He's a man who puts the herb thyme in his first aid kit because thyme heals all wounds.
Wow, that was you big herb fan? Is that what you're throwing that one?
You are. You're the one that packs it in your first aid kit. Let's be honest here.
Time in there. Yeah, that makes sense. Not with the food, but with the okay. Great. It's good. Smart.
Okay. Strong. Did you get that joke? I don't think you got that joke.
Strong. I'm just gonna say strong start for you.
Okay. Hey, I just got back from our Canyonlands Patreon trip.
How'd it go? Did you have a good time?
We did.
We just started. I have no
we
time
did, but we talked before. We had conversations. You could have texted me. I know you're not interested, but too bad. We're gonna talk about it a little bit.
Don't passively aggressively dismiss me with that. I want to know the details. I want to know who got lost and who forgot what.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. Okay. This is a longer conversation. That's not what this episode's about. But I'll give you one question. Give me your best question to reveal. Like, a lot of interesting things happen. Give me one question to pull one of these stories out. Short story before we get to this episode.
Derek asked me about my trip, but we can't talk about it. Here we go.
We're talking about it. One thing.
Okay, I want to know what was, because you had some characters on this trip. So, and Rocky was on this trip.
Mm-hmm.
So my initial thought is like, well, what was the most ridiculous piece of gear that was brought on the trip?
Ridiculous gear. Yeah, that's a great question. So, okay, 2 things come to mind. I'll let you pick. You can tell me what's more ridiculous. All right. One was brought without the intention of being ridiculous. It was like, truly like, this is important for the trip. And it was a colder weather trip. We're getting down to the 20s. We got kids with us. So Rocky brought these like packable blankets, and he brought like 6 of them. He had 6, not just, we had the sleeping bags too, but he had 6 blankets, and these things stuffed down to his stuff sack that took about 15 minutes to stuff back inside. And I mean, they were functional though. Like, to his credit, they were functional, but 6 blankets is a lot. So that's one thing. So that's something he brought. And then I intentionally brought something ridiculous, thinking that I was trying to like raise the morale of the group, especially with kids going. And so I actually bought, before the trip, I went down to Lowe's and I bought a heater, like a propane heater.
Propane heater.
Yeah. Okay. So the heater itself weighs 6 pounds.
Yeah. I have one.
I brought 3 bottles. Okay. So we had about 9-10 pounds worth of heater going on. Yeah. And so I thought if we could have like this zone or even blow some of the heat into the tent, so long as it's ventilated, I thought that'd be a good solution. But in the end, it didn't actually like shed a lot of heat outward. It was more just like that thing was hot and it was kind of a waste. So it didn't really do anything.
Yeah. That totally backfired then.
It did. That's literally, it backfired. Yeah, because it's fired up.
Hilarious. You get
so what's worse, you think?
Oh, jeez. I don't. I mean, it's kind of sad that you brought 10 pounds of stuff and it kind of backfired. Right. So I'd probably go with that.
My pack was still about the same weight as everybody else's. I don't.
Well, how many kids did Rocky bring? 6 blankets.
You're thinking like a cavalcade of kids coming along.
I'm like, well, did he bring all the kids? One kid? Like, because I'm thinking, one kid. 6 blankets.
Yeah.
For him and one kid.
Right.
Why? I don't. I can't. I'm trying to figure that out.
Man. All right. We'll talk more about it later. We'll dive into that. I'm sure he'll respond to this once he hears it. So
I can't wait.
We got to get to Rob Pelton, man. We have an excellent guest coming up. We have a gear loadout. We're going to talk about things. Yes. We're guaranteeing 3 takeaways that you will have that will change how you do something. Even though we haven't talked to him yet, like, I looked at his video, I'm going to guarantee 3. Maybe there's more. So I'm going to say 3 plus. All right.
Okay. That's fair.
But first, I got a Bible verse. We got Psalm 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Okay. What kind of first aid kit do you think the disciples had when they were backpacking around the Roman Empire?
What kind of backpacks do you think they had? I feel like it was like a
first aid kit, not backpacks.
First aid kit. I want to say they had like some kind of plants with, they could extract some kind of like aloe or some kind of, out of a plant.
Like thyme?
Maybe they had like thyme. Maybe they had like a kit that they could like a little bowl, like a granite rocky kind of bowl. Not rocky, but you know what I mean? And they could like mix a little paste together or like something like for a cut. since you're big on the cuts we were talking about.
Right.
But yeah, it's something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
What do you think? Johnson & Johnson, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking nothing. I'm thinking that they're just going and whatever they can fit in there, like slinging over their shoulders what they got. I don't think
what's their pack made of? What's their pack made of? Like goat skin?
Leather?
Goat skin? Come on.
Yeah, some sort of goat skin. I think they're relying on making it to the next town or the healing miracles of Jesus to fix anything. Okay. So that's, I don't know. Right. Just a thought. So we're going to talk about kits, my friend. We got 4 kits, gear loadout with Rob Pelton coming up
right now.
All right, I am here with YouTuber Rob Pelton. How's it going today, sir?
It's going very well so far.
So far, so good. All right. Yeah. It's going so for me. Our co-host Derek isn't quite joining the show yet, but I think he's going to be in here in just a moment. Oh, I see him coming.
Yes, there he is.
Derek, is that you?
What's going on, Pelton? How you doing?
Hey, it's going very well. Good to meet you. Good to meet both of you.
Let's get this party started.
You haven't met the guy, and you're calling him Pelton out the gate. That's
look at it. What's in the back of him? It looks like he's a real deal. So why not?
He is a real deal.
Yeah.
We don't have non-real deals on the show except for you.
It's debatable. It's debatable.
I do appreciate the invite, boys. I appreciate
man. Well, let's jump right in. So, okay, just to get to know you a little bit, what's a common backpacking mistake that you tend to see on the trail or that you hear about?
Oh my goodness. Food. A couple things surrounding food. One, a lot of people bring way too much. Mm-hmm. And secondly, they don't know how to store it when they're either not in camp or when they're sleeping. I'm in Minnesota. We do have bears, and sometimes they can be a nuisance, but we have rodents as well. The raccoons and the mice is what's going to bother you more than anything, because they'll chew through a tent. They'll chew through a bear sack, an op sack to get to your food. So knowing how to store that stuff properly, and it doesn't take much to learn, but you have to do it. Otherwise, a lot of your stuff can get ruined very easily.
Okay.
True. Okay.
I was thinking you were going to say like food. Like food choices, people are still sticking with, say, Mountain House, even though there's so many better options.
Maybe they like Mountain House, though.
There are a ton of better options out there, but Mountain House is one of those great introductory meals because a lot of them are horrible. Mountain House is tolerable, but then, you start getting the peak refuels, the backpackers pit, or,
wait. A lot of them are horrible. What's horrible? What, in your opinion, doesn't make the cut?
It's far. Okay, so I've had Backpackers Pantry, I've had some very bad meals from them. I think one of them was their pho. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I heard that was bad, actually.
Yeah, exactly. And
confirmation.
There's another one, and I hate to say this, it's a local company called Camp Chow. I like what they're doing. They have a lot of gluten-free options, which is great. I've had a couple meals. Not a huge fan.
Nothing crazy.
Camp Chow.
Okay. Yeah, Camp Chow.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if you're from Camp Chow, I'm sorry.
Have you tried Packet Gourmet?
Yeah, Packet Gourmet makes some very, very good stuff. I've actually did some reviews on their stuff. They sent me like a whole box a couple years ago, and I really enjoy their stuff.
A whole box, Carl. You see that? We got like.
I know.
Did we get anything? Did we get
anything? He's next level. Let's be honest. We got to be.
He's a big deal. Like I said, he's a real deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes
All right.
sense.
So you just say, Packet Gourmet, I'm out. Can you restock me? And they get.
No, it's not exactly. They reached out and said, hey, we got your channel. Would you like to try some food? I'm like, sure, I'll try this, this, and this. And they just said, okay.
Oh,
and I did a big video on it. And another one just reached out to me. Right on Trek reached out to me. And they're like, hey, because they got some good meals, I guess. And I was like, all right, I'd like to try a couple of these. And they're like, well, it's only one. I was like, well, I can't do anything with one, so never mind.
Okay.
Because I want to try a breakfast. I want to try a couple of dinners. I want to see what you have.
Yeah.
The man needs to eat everything. Carl. The man needs to eat.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I guess the big downside for Right on Trek, and if you're watching Right on Trek, sorry, I guess you have to cook a lot of their meals. I don't want to sit there, and I don't want to cook. I want to boil water, rehydrate something, and eat.
See, this is what I'm talking about right here. You just get it done. Get it in, get it done.
Yeah.
And make it taste good.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you're putting on miles, you put on 25 miles, I want to get to camp and be a sous chef. I want to get calories and then pound the Snicker bar and then.
And you want to chill.
I don't want to be a sous chef.
Now winter camping.
Just to clarify, are you pumping out 25 miles in a day?
Typically it's 12 to 15, but if I'm hiking with Jeremy and Miyagi, it's 20 to 25.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's just how it
Next
is.
level stuff. All right.
Yeah.
All right. No. You might want a couple of the meals for sure. So
yeah.
All right, Rob, we got, so this is like a gear loadout episode. I think I used your phrase on this one. And we're digging back into the chronicles of your YouTube channel. I was digging around. I mentioned you on last week's episode about shaving pack weight because you basically did an episode that was like a combination of like bags. You call it kits. And then you had like the gear that was in the bags. And so it was like, it was fair because you had the gear that's in the bags, but there's a lot of bag talk for sure. And so we got to hash this out. So anyway, if I got this correct, you had 4 different kits. You had your cooking kit, you had your first aid kit, you had you called a ditty bag kit.
Yeah. Ditty bag kit. Oh yeah.
And then Derek's favorite is the poop kit.
The poop kit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So I would hope that's what's funny is as I'm progressing through my loadouts, my kits, this is just what makes sense to me. Now, does everyone use my methodology? No. If it works for them, great. If I seem foolish to them, that's fine. But this works for me. But yes, like if it's a first aid kit, you can see this has been pared down quite a bit since my last one.
No. We're basing it on your video. There's no modifying. You're trying to like defend yourself before I start attacking you.
Okay.
This is not what we want.
This is how Carl makes people feel.
That's fair. Yes, I have been over prepared in the woods. More often than not, though, I'm actually treating other people more so than myself. So it was actually nice to have 37 Band-Aids in my kit at the time.
All right, so I'm deleting that whole last section about defending yourself. I'm just going to jump right in here because here's what I came up with. This is like our intro to the gear loadout. We're going to talk about those 4 areas, which is kind of a lot of ground to cover. But based upon your video, people talk about packing your fears, and you can tell what people's fears are by what they pack, right? Mm-hmm. And so I have some predictions about what your fears are based upon what I saw in the video. So you can like say true or false. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to base this on my frame of mind at the time of that video, not now.
No, you can do on who you are right now is fine. This is the takeaway. All right.
Okay.
So,
here we go.
So the first one is that you're afraid of getting lots of cuts, different sizes, different shapes, and kind of all at once, because you had like every Band-Aid that's been manufactured since like 1950 in your kit. So true.
Yes. False.
Okay.
There are times where I do need a bigger bandage if it's a bigger cut, but there's a lot of times it's just a small thing that keeps bleeding, and I need to put something over it, so I don't need a bigger bandage for that. Now, can I get regular size Band-Aids that would fit them all? Probably.
Okay. I mean, Carl, but wouldn't everybody be afraid to get a bunch of cuts all at once? Isn't that kind of like defeat the? I mean,
Derek, do you even have a first aid kit?
Just answer the question, dude. Just answer.
No, I'm not afraid of that because I don't get a lot of cuts backpacking. Rob, where are you going? Where are you getting lots of cuts?
Well, in Minnesota, a lot of sticker bushes, a lot of thorns, a lot of things scraping you. You get bug bites, you get all kinds of stuff.
Do you have briar patches out there? Patch.
Yeah, buckthorn, and we got all those kinds of things.
Are you just plowing through the bushes, or do they have trails there?
We do have trails, but sometimes I'll bushwhack. I'm not afraid to do that.
Gotcha.
But
I think they have sharper pine cones out there too, Carl.
But like I said, more often than not, it's not me getting hurt. It's usually someone I'm with or near that usually doesn't have stuff, and I like to be that guy to be like, hey, here's 47 choices of Band-Aids for you.
Yeah. What do you want?
And I'm that guy. I'm that guy all of a sudden.
/paramedic.
Yeah.
There's 47 choices. Like you're suffering right now. Pick one of these 47.
Right. And whatever you pick, I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Right.
Carl,
I got a video for that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next one is you're afraid of the dark because you had a headlamp, you had a lantern, you had like a lighter, matches, fire starting kit. You had just a lot of lighting stuff.
Yes, depending on the season. If it's in shoulder season, meaning spring or fall where it's cool outside, I will have a kit to make fire. Fire, gives you that warmth, that ambiance, gives you a gathering space as well. And then with that, you have shorter days.
No. These are great reasons. I just want to know if you're afraid of the dark or not.
Yeah, no, not. I actually like the dark. I don't even like lights on in my apartment most of the time.
Okay.
But and you can't see in the dark with lights on, right? Okay. But yeah, no. I mean, you have to have lighting because when you don't have it, that's when you need it, right?
All right. What about
when you don't have
you have a fear of unkempt fingernails?
Yeah, I do. I let them grow because I don't pay attention to them. And the next thing I know, they break halfway up, and then they catch it and everything. So you got to clip them.
That's annoying.
Or even the little hangnails you got to clip.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times I'm clipping things like string, little tags, or something like kind of unraveled. I can just snip it off real quick.
Okay. Because I'm referencing that you had nail clippers in your, I think it was in your first aid kit, right?
Yeah. And the biggest thing is for your toes. Something going on with your toes, a little hangnail, something on your toes. You got to get it clipped. And putting your big toe in your mouth in front of everybody is not usually welcome. So,
well, Carl's a little afraid. He tells me constantly for years, like, the nail clippers are just too heavy. They're just too heavy to carry. He can't do it.
Yeah. Think of the weight savings. I know.
Or metal.
I know. It's like a whole ounce, maybe two.
Right. But in your defense, so yeah, we're picking on some things, but you said you've kind of pared down some of the kits. So let's just go kit by kit. Derek, you're up first.
Let's go poop kit. Let's go poop kit. Let's go. Do you bring the toilet paper roll? Do you got that's a pretty big kit. I mean, do you have the trowel?
Yeah, I got a trowel.
Yeah. What's in there? We got trowel, poop kit, toilet paper.
Trowel, toilet paper, hand sanitizer.
No flushable wipes.
In a waterproof. And I do have some wet wipes in here just in case things get a little bit messier than I intend.
Oh,
which happens.
Oh,
but do you bring the internal cardboard roll?
I do because I'm too lazy to rip it out of there.
It's more work. Okay.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I could, and then I could save 3.5 grams.
But they sell online those rolls without that.
Yeah, they do.
Like miniature. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's going a little too far. Like just when you get to about a third of a roll in your bathroom.
There's a line. Yeah, there's a line.
If you go to your friend's house and they have a quarter of a roll, take that.
Take that.
You're going to take the roll out of your friend's house.
You could call him a poop moocher. You could call him a poop moocher.
Because if I have a full roll at home and my buddy has a quarter roll,
why would you bring the full roll? I don't get that.
Yeah. Why
That's
would you?
Hilarious.
You got to poop mooch that. I got it.
Poop mooch that. Okay.
Cool. Cook kit, Carl. I'll go for the cook kit.
No, I had some more questions about the poop kit because, like you mentioned, you got your deuce of spades is your trowel, and
it's actually different now. But yeah.
Okay, what is it now?
Oh, what do we got?
It's an Apex Giant Dirt Diggler.
Okay.
Dirt
Apex
Diggler.
Giant. Yeah, Dirt Diggler.
Okay.
And the brand is Apex Giant. The trowel's not Giant, just to clarify.
Correct. I can show it to you if you're really, really curious.
I do. Yeah.
What's it made of?
Is it titanium?
Aha, Carl. Told you.
Yep. And there's a big version and a small version. This is the small version. And it happens to have my name engraved on it. You see that?
Oh, this is dedication.
Why is your name engraved on that, out of curiosity?
Because Ben, the maker of this, decided to engrave it and give it to me. And I have done a video with this on it.
That is a legit poop.
And if I leave this somewhere, they can be like, hey, Rob, I totally found your Dirt Diggler.
Wait, is that the video that you entitled I Have Gas?
No, gas is gear acquisition syndrome. Completely.
Okay, different. I just like the title of that video, so I didn't get to that one yet. Because the last one you had tape on the edges because you said that the use of spades was sharp, and I was just wondering, have you cut yourself? Maybe this is where all the band-aids come in. Have you cut yourself digging a hole for your poop?
I have. Very rooty, and sometimes you got to get that hole dug, fairly rapidly, and you're just kind of hacking away at the dirt and the roots.
I didn't see it. Is it serrated? Sharp. Is it serrated on the edge or no?
They do have serrated versions now. Mine's older and it doesn't have the serrations on it. But I think the Dirt Diggler has a little bit more rounded edges, and it plows through dirt and roots a little bit better.
There you go.
So pooping in the woods is a big deal because if you have to poop and you can't poop, it could affect your trip.
That's a problem.
How do you roll out the engraved trowel on a trip? Like, are you like, hey guys, I got an announcement to make? Like, you gotta be proud of it, right? So you're like, hey everybody, I have an announcement. I'm about to go number 2.
That's what Carl did last trip.
Special because check this out.
Yeah, you have the lanyard because it glistens in the moonlight, right?
Okay.
And then boom, you can just pull it out there. No, I mean it's. I think everyone should have some sort of poop kit because you don't want to poop out in the open. I mean, granted, animals do, right? But there's animals. But I don't want to walk up into a giant seeming pile of human feces, right? I would rather not experience that. I don't like experiencing my own.
Yeah. No, we don't do that. Derek uses a pine cone instead of a trowel to dig holes.
Who needs a trowel? I mean, right.
Yeah, friction.
I mean, once you walk up on Carl poop and your life changes and you don't see the need for a trowel anymore. So
fair.
That's what happens. That's what happens. Fear.
All right. So first aid kit is our next kit we're going to talk about. We kind of already dug into that with the Band-Aids and the size and that kind of stuff. And you said you've pared it down.
Yeah.
So, so what did you take out? Are you just bringing fewer Band-Aids, fewer bandages? What's different?
So a lot fewer bandages, a lot fewer things. I mean, I still keep a few bandages in there. It's just some of the pills. I always will carry an emergency chapstick just because if I do forget a chapstick, it's a big deal. And
it gets
annoying. So you have
quick.
your regular chapstick, and then the first aid kit has emergency chapstick.
Yes, for sure. Plus,
double chapstick.
Yeah, and have you ever had split fingers? Oh, in the wintertime, put chapstick on your split fingers, on your split. Sometimes I get a chap note right there.
Yeah, I just got that recently. Yep.
Yeah.
No joke.
Yep, and then maybe just keep this for this and your others for this.
Okay.
Hey.
So double chapstick,
but much smaller, a lot less things because now first aid kits is more for me. I don't necessarily need to be, repairing everyone else's ailments anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, they can figure it out.
Yeah, because they've watched my video.
Others.
They
watch a video,
and they figured it out.
There you go. Exactly.
Okay. And then let's see here.
Cooked
Oh yeah, you had a knife. You had like a small, or no, it wasn't a knife. It was like a
Oh,
that's still in here.
Yeah.
That's still in there. Now my question for you was it was Victorinox multi-tool basically.
Oh.
Pocket knife, whatever, had all that stuff on there. Do you have a separate knife, a separate blade that you bring with you? Are you going double knife?
Nope. That's it.
That's it. No buck knife, Carl.
No.
That's it.
So just to clarify, 2 chapsticks, but 1 knife.
Correct.
Okay.
Some things are more important than others.
Correct. However, the trip I'm going on this weekend, I will have 2 knives because we're making big fires this weekend.
There you go.
Okay. And you're going to cut the firewood.
Yes.
Okay.
Carl's a big fan of double gear, as you can tell.
Okay.
It's good.
All right.
Kit. You want to keep going? Cook kit. All right. Let's talk about cook kit. Do you have the alcohol stove, the butane, the windscreen, the koozies, like all these little things you can have?
I have it all. That has not changed. That's the same.
He's got it all. Extra matches.
Yep.
We got okay. Anything else?
How do you know? How do you know like which stove to bring on a trip? You have alcohol and you have butane.
Right.
You got both. You got 2 separate kits. Like which goes where, basically?
It's just a matter of what I want to experience. If I'm going to be in a place where I want it to be quiet and I want to enjoy some peace and quiet, I'm going to bring the alcohol stove because it doesn't sound like a jet engine out there, right? If I'm going to be around a lot of people, it's going to be noisy anyway, and I just want to boil water quicker. I'll bring the isobutane stove. But yeah, it's a lot more effective. It doesn't work at colder temperatures though, and that's where the alcohol stove and the matches come in. Because lighters don't work in some of our temperatures. Those little pocket rockets don't work in some of our temperatures.
Right.
So an alcohol stove.
Okay.
Sometimes.
And then, have you ever used a stove, the loud one? Have you ever used one to wake somebody up? Like you're like, it's time for you to wake up now.
No.
Okay.
No.
You're making a face like that's inappropriate. But what happens if you're ready to go on the trail? You're hitting 20 miles that day, and people are oversleeping.
Yeah, they know where to meet. I don't got to wait for them.
So you just take off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
just like Derek just took off from this interview. That's
exactly right. So in our hiking groups, a lot of people think this is odd. Is we hike together and we know where we're going to meet. And I don't hike as fast as some of my buddies. I mean, they take off and they just can't help it. But I'm not going to try to keep up with them and kill myself. I know where we're going to meet. If I end up waking up 2 hours early and hitting the trail, I might leave notes. Hey, I was here at this time. or something, or leave a profane marker on the dirt or something for them.
Wait, when you say notes, are you riding with sticks?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
of course.
Yeah,
like
Carl.
I don't know. Like you have like a full sentence. I went 1/2 mile ahead and turned right. Like that's a lot of sticks right there.
No, you carve it into the dirt. I'm not shaping sticks.
Oh, okay.
I don't care that much.
Carl, come on, figure it out.
Plus you get your trekking poles. You can write in the dirt.
Oh, look at that! Okay. You don't even need a stick, Carl.
That's true.
Well, you don't bring trekking poles, so you have to use your chapstick.
I went for years without using trekking poles, and I'm a believer in them now.
Exactly. Thank you. It's funny. He mocks his trekking pole so much, and then we'll cross the river. And he's like, "Hey, Derek, I have really bad balance. Can I borrow your trekking pole?" I'm like, "Oh,
yeah.
Interesting."
All right, I'd like to share with you Derek's preparation for this interview. He's like, "Okay, I don't know Rob yet, but whatever Rob says, if it's in disagreement with Carl, I'm just taking Rob's side every time." Like,
all right, yeah.
I mean, he's right though. Like, what do you want me to say?
Every time. Okay, so Derek already mentioned you got kind of a lot of stuff going on with the windscreen, the koozie. You got the obviously the stove itself, the fuel, the cooking pot, the lid. Like there's a lot of parts and pieces. Have you ever like lost anything?
No.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What I'm really surprised is the questions you're coming up with is they seem to be like an enigma to you. Do you not backpack at all ever? mean, do you not know a lot of these things? I don't get it. So
okay. That's my favorite question we've ever been asked on our show.
Drop. You could mic drop and exit the interview right there.
I don't bring like you're getting kind of like the subtext here. I don't bring like 25 little pieces of gear for every little kit. So that's why I'm like enthralled with all these little parts and pieces you have. So I backpack. I don't have like, I'm just shucking stuff in my backpack. I don't have like little bags. I don't call them kits, I guess. And so I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can learn something from Rob because he looks very organized and he's bringing 2 chapsticks. So maybe I'm missing out on something.
Yeah, I like to, everything should have its place. That way, if I need it, I know exactly where it is. I'm sure to put it back where it came from. Right. Because I'm kind of structured that way. I'm pretty meticulous in that regard. But then it all depends if I'm going to prioritize trail time and camp time as well. Right. If it's going to be big days, then I'm prioritizing trail time, which means I'm going to bring less stuff because I'm not going to need comfort items at camp. I'm going to hit 25 miles. I'm going to get to camp, cook, and go to then hit the hay. If I'm going to do shorter miles and spend more time in camp, well then I'll bring a chair. I'll bring
bocce
TV,
ball, exactly,
bocce ball, whatever. And so it all depends on what you're doing. Are you going to be hitting a town in the middle of your trip?
Yeah. We're not, but I like, for me, I don't have all those parts and pieces and I'm still losing stuff on the trail. So that's why I'm just like, if I had my cook kit, if it had 10 pieces, something's going missing at some point. And it may not be me. It might be Derek picking things up. Like when I'm not looking and he's like, this actually goes on this rock over here. And then I don't notice.
You can barely hang on to your drink mix those. We've talked about many times.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So what I'm getting from you is you're very disorganized. You're not sure what you have. And then when you find out you don't have it, hopefully Derek has it.
Exactly.
Derek doesn't ever have anything. If I don't have it, it's not on the trip is what it boils down to. But disorganization could be an issue. I think you're figuring things out here. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about, so you have something that you call like a ditty bag kit.
A ditty kit. Yeah, ditty bag.
I like it.
Okay, I hadn't even heard of this. Like I've heard of ditty bags.
I grew up as a kid with a ditty bag full of my little toys.
I've heard of the bags. I've heard of the bags. I haven't heard of like the kit. So when you pulled it out, when you showed it on the screen, I literally was like, I have no idea what's going to be in this bag. Is it a bag full of other bags? And so I didn't know.
Maybe.
But you had really cool stuff. Like it was like kind of like, I don't know, almost like your miscellaneous items, right?
That's exactly what a ditty bag is for. Now, do you have to have a fancy bag for that? No, you can use just like a Ziploc bag, but it's all little incidentals that you don't want to lose, right? Whether it's your chapstick, whether it's earplugs.
Wait, is that a third chapstick? The third one?
Possible.
Maybe.
Why not?
You never know. You never know.
I mean,
just the small incidentals that you want to keep together. You don't want to rummage through your pack, looking for your right earplug.
You want to just grab the bag. Yeah. Grab the bag.
No, I'm with you. No, I thought that was good, and I probably need to do this, and I probably would do it with a Ziploc, to be honest. Yep. And so I thought that was one of your really good ideas. Like one of the takeaways I'm actually going to use. And one issue I had with it though is like the ditty bag kit sounds kind of like little kiddish. So is there a better name like a tool pouch? This is my tool pouch. I've got all the.
Why do you gotta be all weird masculine about it? Just call it a ditty bag.
Not weird. It's just being masculine.
So it's not called a ditty kit. It's called a ditty bag. Now I didn't make the term or coin the term. I just use the term that exists as it is.
But you have a lot of people that follow you on YouTube, so you have the power to change the terms. What I'm saying. Can we do this right now?
We certainly can. I just don't care that much to do it.
Okay.
We'll call it the bro bag.
Or the call it like the man purse. There's one of those, right?
The merce. You can call it the merce.
The merce. Bro bag, merce, whatever. Satchel. The satchel.
The satchel.
All right, there you go.
Satchel.
The other thing that you had in your kit, I don't know if you bring this every single time, but I thought this was actually a genius idea. I don't know if this is your idea or if you got this from somewhere else, but it's just super obvious, makes so much sense, and I wish I would have thought of this earlier, is to bring an extra water bottle cap.
Yeah, that's to me, that seems like the most obvious thing in the world.
Right.
One of my first trips, I lost one of my bottle caps and it went right down the river. And then I had just an open water bottle because I don't use bladders. I don't use, I use water bottles, just regular smart water bottles. And if you don't have a cap, well, you stuff your bandana in there.
Right.
An extra bottle cap.
Yeah, when you bring kids, you've got the kids are losing bottle caps, and so just having an extra one or more is like that's a genius idea. That's something that I'm definitely going to use. And those smart water bottle caps like fit a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So I think that we brought those Sawyer bags, the squeeze bags for the filter. I don't use the bags for the filter, but we use those kind of for water storage. when we go on desert trips. And so those get lost. And so just having an extra cap for that as well. So, well done, my friend.
Well, I'm glad I can impart some knowledge.
Jeez, finally.
somewhere.
Right, but Carl, you're talking about bringing like Ziplocs now and maybe incorporating this whole bag idea. But won't you just have like a bunch of clear Ziploc bags in your backpack and it's going to be confusing anyway? I mean, do you see the value of the colored bag? I mean, look at Rob's.
All right, let's talk about bags. Okay, it's bag time. All right, Rob, can you explain to us the value of having super fancy, super expensive bags? I don't know if you're one of the guys that gets really, really excited about them. You have like the food bag, you have the clothing bag, you have just like all like different color coded bags. And of course you have like the engraved bag or the one with the special sticker on it. Like why is this exciting?
Like this?
Yes. Well, you have yourself on the bag. He's showing a picture of himself with his name on it.
Yeah. I'm not conceited at all. I'm not narcissistic. What are you talking
about? Wow. Self-love right there, huh?
That way, if someone sees my food bag coming in the camp, they know they're going to be in for a big time. They're okay.
He's a big deal.
Wait, so do you have it like at the edge of camp? So that's the first thing people see?
No, I usually hang my food right above Jeremy's hammock. Just right there.
Where the barrel
the food bags are nice. I don't know if you carry dedicated food bags. In your case, you might carry bear canisters. I don't know.
Ziploc.
But this was sent to me as well. Ben, who also makes the Dirt Diggler, printed up this bag in this new material and sent this out to me. And this is awesome. It's a bigger bag. It's waterproof. It's extremely light. Yeah. And the fact that it's customized is so I know exactly which one's mine. Because if I'm hiking in a group, we have 3 or 4 bags. I can just grab it really quick. I don't have to sit there and search through like 4 or 5 different blue Z-Packs bags.
That's easier than a Ziploc? That's so strange, Carl. Don't you think?
Derek, you're embarrassing yourself. Based upon what you said on last week's episode, you're now contradicting yourself about bags.
Don't tear me down because you just made a bad comment to Rob. That's okay.
So bags are nice. So I like this. It's red. Go grab the first aid kit. Which one of these Ziplocs is the first aid kit?
No, the one that has Band-Aids that you can see through.
Grab this one in my bag so I can repair this person's, sliced artery with one of the Band-Aids in here. Your poop kit. I know which one this is. I can just grab it and go. Right?
Poop brown.
You don't want to be on a code brown and realize that you brought your electronics bag when you don't need your electronics bag.
I know those Ziploc bags get tricky sometimes.
Right.
All right. Okay. You're talking about efficiency. You're talking about convenience. I get it. Like you're making a strong case here.
Do you?
But why are people excited about the bags? They're like, I gotta get a bag like Rob's. I gotta get one with my face on it, with my name on it. So that way when I'm digging through, people know. They know that's my bag.
Right. Like, and it doesn't have to be your face. You can get anything you want. You get a picture of your kids,
what's the bag? It's just a bag. Why are people excited about it?
Because he's got passion. Look at the passion.
It is because
they're addicted to passion.
It's personalized to you. It's one of a kind. No one else has this bag.
Exactly.
It's mine.
What does this say about our society when we have grown men who are passionate about bags that hold things like poop kits? Come on, folks. Who's with me on this? Apparently, Derek and Rob are not. They're
okay,
like,
all right.
It's appropriate.
So, I don't know if you knew this. I'm kind of a gearhead. A lot of people in my realm are gearheads. And we like gear. We like gadgets. We like these little things. Yeah. And we're at a point in our lives where I'm still a child with adult money, right? So I can buy this bag, right? Now, would a Ziploc work for this?
Yes,
sure.
Every time.
Is it as cool? Absolutely not. Right, but this is waterproof. It's much more durable than a freezer bag, especially if I'm going to trust my battery packs.
He's showing an orange bag for the listeners, and he's got batteries inside. Let's like a tech bag.
This is my tech bag.
Tech bag.
Here's my headlamp because I don't want to rummage around in the dark.
Tech kit.
But these are all things for convenience, just so I can grab the bag and go, and I know instantly and quickly which one I'm gonna need. Even the shapes are different. I can reach in the bag in the dark and know this is my
You've memorized the shapes and the feel of the bags to know.
Hey, Rob, remind Carl, have you ever lost anything on the trail before? I don't remember if
never. No, nobody's ever lost anything on the trail. Only me, right?
Hey, maybe you need some more bags.
So all this,
maybe you need some more bags.
All of this is in an effort to be organized and to keep your things together.
Oh my gosh.
That's one thing I'm a big fan of and a big proponent of is keeping your stuff together.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You don't want to walk into someone's camp and it's just a disaster like a tornado
Right.
wandering through,
Right.
like that, I would have serious judgments on this person's character if I saw that.
Well,
Right.
you can
Carl,
judge us.
can't you meet Rob halfway in the middle here and get like some cheapy Walmart colored bag? You know, I mean, it's not a Ziploc, but it's not custom.
No, I don't. I get it. I get the efficiency and I get the organization. Like I'm with him. It's the passion about bags as a grown man that I'm questioning. So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone has to have a passion about something. Mine, one of my passions happen to be bags.
Okay.
Carl's passionate about losing his hair, and I get it. It's really fine. Nothing wrong
Way
with
ahead of you, brother.
that. Yeah, exactly. He's way ahead of you.
All right. We spent a lot of time on the kids, and we appreciate you playing along. But you really do have a lot of good ideas and organization things. And like I mentioned, some things that I'm literally taking away. I'm going to be changing things how I do with my pack. You also mentioned that you had some ultralight tips for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
what are your best tips to shave weight? What would you say those are?
Maybe use Ziploc bags instead of these fancy bags. Maybe. A lot of stuff for shaving weight is very, very simple stuff. I mean, and we talked about packing your fears, right?
Right.
Don't pack your fears. A lot of the people, they pack too much clothes and way too much food, and that's where a lot of the weight comes from. And they also carry way too much water, depending on where you are. If you're surrounded by 10,000 lakes, like I'm in Minnesota, I don't need a gallon of water on me.
Right.
That's what your water filter is for. Right. So there are things in your kits will evolve over time the more you experience them. Now you can watch a YouTube video and try to get all the tips and tricks, but the best way to learn what's going to work for you is just by doing it. The downside from doing that and involving all those systems is you end up with a ton of extra gear on shelves around your place.
Right.
Unless you one day sell them somewhere somehow.
That's my style.
Which
at your garage sale.
Yeah, I need to very bad.
Maybe I'll visit you and then I'll just kind of I'll go through and buy some.
Yeah, I probably have some extra bags here, man. You can have.
This is it. There you go.
Okay. I'm just okay. So based on our conversation, I'm just imagining that if we were to go backpacking, and you mentioned the kind of whole yard sale thing, like you would be sitting around camp, just staring at Derek and I with like judgment face on what in the world is going on here. This disorganization, like this is just crazy.
Yeah, and there's a sense of confidence in that too, knowing where all your stuff is at any given moment, having your stuff together. Right. You know, that way, if I did need to bail out or something, boom, 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 I can be gone. I don't need to look for this. Where's my shoe? I don't know. I know where everything is. That's because I like my stuff. I spend my money on my fancy stuff, and I want it together.
Okay. Right. I will share that I was in Canyonlands National Park last weekend, and we're doing a trip, and I was in charge of the trip, and we had kids going. We had, 5 dads going. Each was bringing a kid, and I had to do a water drop. And so I was carrying 30 pounds of water, and I had to navigate to the water drop. So I brought the map, and I put the map in the water drop backpack. And then when I got back to the car, I put the backpack in the car. So the map did not make it on the trip with me. So
needed a bag.
I don't know what the solution there. Maybe if I have a map bag, would that help?
Maybe. Map bag.
He's thinking. You just got to be more mindful, just in general.
Telling somebody like me to be more mindful, I don't think that's a solution.
He's got to be smarter.
Yeah.
It's hard for him to do, Rob. That's hard for him to do.
Oil.
Have 2 maps.
Okay.
That's why he needs me there, because I always
you have an Osprey budget that I will never know, because one map is all I can afford. All right. So, Derek, what you got?
Yeah, I want to know what the craziest thing is you've ever experienced on the trail. Like, what's this big story that you go to right away?
Oh boy, there's been I've been to a lot of places. I would probably say one of the craziest things that happened minutes before I got there. A man fell off of a cliff and was never recovered into a river that was coming down a mountain.
Wait, what?
Before you got on trail. This is before you even got on trail.
I was on trail, and
you were on trail.
I came up on the scene. Maybe like 20 minutes later. I was backpacking in the Himalayas because that's just what people do. And
I mean, why not?
And there was a lot of rainfall. This was also the time where all the avalanches happened, like on the Annapurna and all that kind of stuff. So this is during that whole time, and there's literally a French couple, a little bit older. Husband was trying to take a picture of this river coming down the mountain. Yeah. It gave way. He tumbled down, and they never recovered him.
Yikes, man!
And they're sure the wife didn't push him off.
I speculated.
Okay.
But I didn't speak to her. Yeah. I didn't speak to her, nor did I get near the cliff when I was around here either.
That's smart.
But we actually had to climb over, some avalanches and things, and choppers.
Wow.
People died. People died that year. I was there.
Is just nuts.
Yeah.
Wait, so, did you? I don't know if I don't know how long you stayed, or if the medics showed up, or if there was
there's no medics.
Police officers.
We're in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
Himalayas, he said.
Okay, I didn't know if you were like, you find the detective, you're like, you may want to investigate this a little more.
Right. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that happened because at that point, you're flying a helicopter down somewhere where it's the nearest town or the nearest village, and probably something was done from there. Also, we met another trekker who was having some kind of gastro issue. He was an American, a really, really nice guy. He asked if he can follow us back down the mountain because there was something going on. Turned out he had like sepsis. He had like a severe gut infection.
Oh, jeez.
But he called a helicopter. He paid like $4,000 to have this helicopter come pick him up, and then fly him back to Kathmandu. Okay. Now, when we were with him, he was like, "Hey, you want to ride back to Kathmandu?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a helicopter.
I got a ride in a helicopter with a dying man
off the trail.
For free. Yeah, back to Kathmandu. Okay. That was pretty cool.
Did you tell him you're like, hey, just in case there's an emergency, check out my poop kit?
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of emergency?
This bag will comfort you.
I have a sepsis kit right here.
Yeah,
a brown bag in the bag.
Okay. Exactly. So that was pretty crazy to come upon and just kind of realizing what happened and trying to piece together like now what do you do because there's no easy egress it's you're in the middle
out there. Yeah, you're out there.
Yeah, your Garmin InReach isn't solving many problems at that point.
No, you're on your own out there.
Okay, those are great, man. That's
great
crazy
story.
Stuff.
I like that one. That's way better than
sure.
Carl's.
I will say so. I've been in Nepal too, and I will say one thing that shocked me was I was in a pretty remote part of Nepal as well. And we had, I don't know, somebody handed me a flip phone. It's like, hey, if you want to call your wife and just kind of give her an update on where you are, I'm like, call my wife in America. Like, we're in a village miles from a dirt road, which is miles from any sort of like semblance of civilization. And sure enough, like, it worked. I don't know.
Satellites. Yeah, it's crazy.
It was, but I had like an old flip phone, like one you'd find from like 2004. So
like a Razor, a Motorola Razor.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Nokia. Yeah, one of those.
Ooh.
So. All right, Rob, man, you have played along with us quite well. Very impressive, and
that's true. Do you want to plug anything? Any upcoming episodes, clips, YouTube channel,
YouTube
whatever
stuff,
you want to do?
social media, whatever you want.
Yeah, obviously you can find me on YouTube. It's just my name, Rob Pelton. I'm also on Instagram at rpelton1.
rpelton1.
rpelton1, and I don't do much outside of that. I don't do TikTok or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm just wrapping up my winter camping season. I got 2 more videos coming out on like hot tents and winter camping. And then after that, I'll be transitioning to more hammock camping and trying to get out and ready for spring. So, and I got a lot of gear reviews coming up. Like a lot of stuff. I got to review a lot of this stuff. I'll get
behind you. Yeah, he's pointing to all the awesome gear, a lot of bags, a lot of
bags, a lot of stoves and a lot of axes and
he's got things to do, Carl.
He does.
Yeah, I'm an important man.
Rob, I gotta say, man, we gotta have you back on. This was so much fun.
It was good.
I'm gonna go A+ on this interview. So well done.
You're great.
I bet you say that's all your guests. So
no, he definitely doesn't.
We don't say that's all our guests.
I appreciate you putting me on the spot as well.
For him to give anything above a B is like a miraculous.
We've had a lot of B-. Let's be honest, Eric. A lot of B- guests.
Wow. You're a C every day, buddy. So it's good to have Rob. Yeah.
All right. Well, if I don't talk to you beforehand, have a great time this summer. Get out there, get some miles on. And then, if you ever find yourself in Minnesota, I'll take you out and we'll get you an introduction to Bags 101, man.
Dude, that was awesome, man. Rob was a lot of fun.
He kind of put you in your place. I love the quick wit. I love the harassment that he kind of subtly gave back to you. So,
okay, so you feel like he won. You felt like he won the arguments, like about the bags.
I don't know about one. I don't know why you make it a competition, but
you just said he put me in my place.
With some of his comments, like the way he was saying it, it was just kind of like, it was good.
Yeah,
I think he was very passionate and he stated his case well about the bags. I still personally, even though I think, like, I might bring like I don't bring those like heavier custom bags like he's got, but I can see the value in like color coding some of your things. You just grab it and go.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
But you seem to not be all about that. You seem to be more like, I might try this Ziploc scenario and just amp that up and just have like 50 Ziplocs.
Yeah. I think we got to talk about your character and integrity at this point, because we literally just had an episode last week where I was talking about the bags and the bag issue, and you're in agreement with me. Dare I say lockstep? And you're like, yeah, I don't get it either, man.
But there's
What's going on with
a
the
fine
bags?
line.
The bags are terrible. The bags are ridiculous. Why are people so excited about the bags? And then I bring it up to somebody who is excited about the bags, and you're like, yeah, see, Carl, like calm down, Carl, calm down. Like
maybe
you literally were just arguing for the same point as me last week, and now
I'm gonna wait.
We have a guest on, and you just can't handle it.
I'm gonna wait till I can respond. Can I respond? Is it my turn?
Your turn.
So yes, I did not like into the custom bags. I don't think I'm ever gonna get like a bag with my face on it or something ridiculous like that. But I will say, there is something to be said about organizing your stuff. And if you challenge with that. So do I hate bags? No. Do I use an over surplus of bags like him? No, I probably won't. But again, he said like, this works for me. This helps me stay organized. I don't lose things on the trip. Can I learn something from that? Sure. I think I could learn
I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm saying like, it's good to be organized. It's good to have, like, it makes sense.
But you just said you lose stuff. You said
my point was why as grown adult men are we so stinking excited about bags? And it's not just
why do people like the buff? Why do people like the aqua clip? Because it's trinkety.
We've already addressed that.
Because as kids, you always love those little trinkety, gadgety
things. Exactly. Right. But it's a bag. It's not trinkety gadgety. It's a bag, man. Come on.
It makes it feel like you can organize those trinkets to where you can just grab them and then you're not going to mess around in your bag and looking for them.
Yeah.
But I think you're
had this argument last week when we brought up the first time, not like taking sides with Rob after he shows you a red bag. You're so excited about his red bag. You're like, I'm in now.
I never said I was in. I never said that. You love to just twist things around. At what point during that episode did I ever say like, I'm on board with these custom bags with your face on it and heavier material?
You didn't say I'm on board. You just said see Carl like 10 times. See,
I was seeing because I'm like, you're like, you don't get the bags. And I'm like, dude, why don't you just get some in between lightweight colored bag? And with my kids, I have like tons of Ziploc bags. And I'm like, dude, I open up one of their bags. And I'm like, I can't find anything with 10 Ziploc bags in it. I see now the value of like a few colored bags.
This goes into the category of solving problems that aren't problems. I haven't struggled finding things in my own pack because I'm not overpacking things. I don't have 10 things per kit. The issue is in finding things is when I just leave it. It's behind like I mentioned with the map. That's the issue. And bags aren't solving that problem, my friend.
Maybe you need to put it in a bag and then put one of those little like Apple trackers on it, and then you can like track your.
I'll just track everything. Just Apple tracker every piece
everything. Track your head, track your hat, track your headphone, everything.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Track your shoes.
Check my shoes. Okay. Anyway, so he's got more to share in his kit video, which came out a while ago. That's just one that I like resonated with. And so, Rob, man, we really appreciate being on the show and
it was a lot of fun
playing on with this. And we hope that there was 3+ takeaways. There could be, I got a takeaway here. I've got a review of a sleeping bag that I brought on the Canyonlands trip.
Okay.
So this is the Outdoor Vitals Summit Down sleeping bag. It's a 30-degree bag. I got the long. They have like the regular size, or they got the long wide. I got the long wide. I forget, man. Are you down bag guy or not?
Am I what? Down bag guy? No, I'm synthetic.
Right.
Yeah,
for sure. And I have been until now because honestly, in my early years of backpacking, I saw people struggle getting the down bags wet with condensation. I was just like, this just looks like a disaster. And the technology's come so far now. Finally, I was like, I'm going to check this one out. It's lightweight. It weighs 1.5 pounds for the long wide for the 30-degree version. I brought it to Canyonlands
and
like thinking I'd do this review, and the temperature got down to, I think it was like 22 or 24.
Ooh.
It's not designed. I mean, I think it's comfort level down to 30. So I did wear my clothes to bed. I had like a down jacket on. It still worked, man. It kept me warm. It
really
succeeded. Yeah. It's a lighter weight than my equivalent synthetic bag. I've got a Mountain Hardwear one. It's lighter weight. It's got 800 fill, hyper dry duck down. It includes with it a roll top dry bag. Let's see, I got it around here. Right here, I actually brought the gear. So
on point.
Yeah, so you can kind of roll it up and compress it down.
You can compress that more. I was gonna say it looks pretty big.
Down.
Okay. All right.
And it's got it actually has a custom drainage hole built into the bag for a tent catheter. Not really.
Stop it.
Sorry. I'm just dreaming here. I'm just dreaming at this point.
It's never going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It comes with a storage bag as well. And it's, So here's the kicker is that it's currently 23% off with our super secret link, which we have in the show description.
Super secret.
It's not secret anymore. It's in our show description, both for the audio apps and for the video for the YouTube version. And so if you click on that, it'll give you 23% off. And so as like with the 23% off, I think it's like the best bang for your buck. I think that this is, when you consider the quality, the price, and the function of it, I think that this is something you should consider. The best compliment I can give it is that this is the next bag, or this is the bag I'm bringing on my next trip. That's the best. I mean, isn't that true? Okay. Like you try it out, you bring it again.
Yeah, and it's hard to say, like, it's hard to disagree too. Like when you go below what the bag is expected to hold at, and you're still comfortable. That's huge.
I was comfortable, man. I was comfortable. I was warm, and yeah, it worked out great. And so, speaking of the links we have down below, we have these like affiliate links we've put down in our show description like for years. And recently we've had a couple folks actually click on them. And if you're buying stuff anyway, man, that helps out our show. So whoever that was, like, we really appreciate. We had a couple clicks, had a couple people buy some things based on the clicks. And so, yeah, it helps out. Yeah, it helps support the show. So thank you for that.
Excellent.
Anyway, I give this a 5 out of 5 warm nights. I recommend it. I'm bringing it next trip. I'm not going for a little while, but it's coming. It's coming this summer, man.
It's huge. Yeah. That's huge.
You can try it out. You want to try it out this summer?
I might lay in it. Yeah. When you're there or not there. I don't know.
We've done some like gear trading in the past, so you can try different things out. I think it works well.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe you'll get too hot and you'll pass it along my way.
No, I'm going to let you. We'll trade sleeping bags for night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is mine going to fit you though? Did we do this one time?
We traded pads one time.
We traded pads one time. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll see. Okay.
Okay. So there you go. All right. So check that out. Check the link out. 5 out of 5. It's got, bang for the buck. Like I said, I've got bags trivia for you coming up right after this.
I'm ready.
Cutting out. I keep on reading these Vaucluse ad spots. Do you want to read any of them, or are you okay? Are you okay if I read them?
No, you're good. You're doing good on this.
Okay,
you can do it. Yeah.
All right. So bags trivia.
Let's go.
Let me try that.
Let's go.
All right, bags trivia. This is brought to you by Vaucluse Gear. Do you have a lot of sweat equity in your backpack? If you have a soaked back when you hit camp, then it's time to find a better way. Create a whole lot of ventilation with the Vaucluse Cool Dry Frame. Don't sweat the big stuff. Use code BLISTERS for $20 off at vauclusegear.com.
Love it. Love it.
Okay. All right.
Let's go.
Bags trivia. Kind of all over the place with this.
It's all right. Standard. Subpar questioning and then mock mine. I like it. Here we go.
Number 1, what was the first state to start charging for grocery bags?
So we got 50. Okay.
I'm narrowing it. Is it A, California, B, New York, C, Oregon, or D, Texas?
I want to say California. We like the money.
You live in California, so shouldn't you know if yours is the first state?
I knew we did it pretty quick.
Okay.
I know they like money here. They like to charge you. So I'm going to say California. I don't know.
California's correct, my friend. Yeah. Any chance that there is for a tax in California or to increase taxes, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
100%.
Yeah. I think, 100%. What is it, like 13% like income tax? And like the next highest state is like 11. It's like 2% higher than the second highest state. It's
terrible.
Crazy, man.
So bad.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
They're going to, do you have the soda tax yet? Has that happened?
It's getting, probably. I don't even know. Yeah. I don't buy soda. I don't drink it.
That's
you
true.
Do. Yeah.
I do. Zevia.
So what do you do? Tab? You do tab.
Squirt.
Diet right.
A lot of Jolt, but no, I do Zevia.
Oh, man.
All right. Number 2.
All right.
A gallon size freezer bag by Ziploc costs $13 for 60 of them.
For 60 of them?
For the 60 of them. Ooh. How much do they cost a piece? About.
Oh, we're doing a math.
Full backstory. Derek is actually like pretty quick with math.
Oh, that's funny.
So this is a reasonable question.
I thought you were going somewhere else. With
okay, no, this is a math question.
I thought you were going to say like how much. I'm like, they're not $60 for like 10 of them.
No, 13 for 60.
That's funny. Okay, so 13 bags for what is it again?
No, $13 for 60 bags.
$13 for 60 bags, and you want to know how much each bag is.
If you're close, I'll give it to you.
Oh, $13 for 60 bags, like four.
Talk it out so we can hear you processing.
4.6, 4.5, 4.5, like
4.5 cents a bag. Is that what you're saying?
For 60. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have it down as 20 cents, which is not close, right?
20 cents. Did I do that wrong? I think I did that wrong.
13 divided by 60. 20. It's technically 21.6.
Oh, 21.
Over.
I did it the other way. Yeah, in my head.
That's incorrect, my friend. I just complimented you on your math, and you did not come through. So don't worry. We'll circle back more math questions later. Number 3. There's a bag that holds much more than it seems in the Dungeons and Dragons universe.
Don't even know this.
This is the fantasy place that Derek spent most of his childhood. Okay, so I want to know what this bag is named. It's like a magical bag. Like it actually holds more than like it seems like it could fit in the bag. Okay, so here are your options.
Merlin's bag?
Merlin is not in the
I don't even know Dungeons and Dragons. What kind of question is this?
Just stop pretending like you didn't play it all the time. All right.
I just love the mockery of my questions, and then you get Dungeons and Dragons question.
There's a movie coming out, Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, so is it out? Can I see it? Can I see the bag? No, it's not out. Horrible question.
Do you want to hear the options or not?
Remind me on my trivia next time to give you the most ridiculously absurd, non-related
I thought you were going to get number 2 right. I didn't think it was going to come down to number 3, but it is.
It's been a long day. Normally I would get that right. It's been a long day.
All right. I thought this would just be a throw-in question at the end, but no, this matters now. All right, here we go. A, bag of holding. B, treasure kit. C, the OG wag bag. D, bottomless bag.
Oh, jeez. What was the first one?
Bag of holding.
Bag of holding.
Is that what you're going with?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
See, believe in yourself, Derek.
You would never come up with a name that cool. That's why.
that's super cool.
The bottomless bag, the wag bag OG.
They're silly answers. Yeah, that's a gimme, man. Yeah, so maybe save your complaining for after the question's over. How about that? Think about that.
How about I just have to turn on my brain and interpret your Greek questions that are ridiculous in grams and whatnot.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So we got a new Patreon supporter, man. We got
Another
Tristan.
one?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How close are we to like 7 billion now? We getting close?
We have just a handful. We're the opposite of 7 billion.
So
we have a handful of loyal Patreon supporters who are looking for the ad-free episodes every Monday morning and the bonus episodes and Patreon trips. Tristan's from Iowa. He's done some backpacking in Colorado. He digs the episodes we do, like with the trip reviews. And I told him, I said, you know what? We want to do more of those, but it's hard to talk about trip stories when Derek is afraid to go on the trips. Yeah.
Fear a lot. I hate it. Oh, it's so terrible.
Well, this Canyonlands trip, I mean, you've been wanting to bring your nephew for years now. This is a bring a kid trip. And this was not even like this wasn't even on the radar for you,
couldn't
right?
Go. You couldn't. No, I couldn't go.
No. Yeah. You know, I don't even think it was.
I think he would have gone. But I don't think I could have. I couldn't go.
Like you're saying you might have sent him without you.
No. I think he would have had fun. Right. But I'm not going to expose him to you and the other folk without my guidance and protection from your
plenty of blankets, man. No. Plenty of blankets to go around.
That's true. Rocky had extra blankets. That's my bad.
Yeah,
it's my bad.
Anyway, so hey, Tristan, we really appreciate you joining, and so thank you so much.
It's awesome.
And it's never too late to join Patreon. We got all those goodies for you. Let's see here. We have some more reviews. I think we're gonna kick those to a future episode. We'll come back to that. And then, I got a reaction to the weight shaving episode by Stephen B.
Let's hear it.
He had some theories. He's kind of combining. I think this is in response to your ideas, actually.
Oh boy.
He said, what if you sharpen the end of your toothbrush to use it as an additional tent peg? Then you combine that with your spork and you can ditch 2 tent pegs to shave weight.
Wow. I don't even know. I don't know about that.
All right. How much weight would you shave it? If you did that, how much would you shave?
0.2 ounces? Is that what we're going with?
No. Each.
Oh, you had each. Well, you're talking about the aluminum ones, right?
Right.
They were like 0.0. What was it? 0.06 or something? 0.6 ounces of a gram? Ounces of a kilogram?
Ounces of a gram liter.
21.1 gigawatts? So we're going?
Yeah, that's your best
answer.
That's what it is? Yeah. It was, each one was like half an ounce. And so it'd be an ounce. You'd save an ounce. So, okay. And I don't know, you could, if you sharpen your toothbrush end, you could use that as kind of like a toothpick, right?
You could do that. And then you could afford the weight to bring a couple of those, colored ditty bags.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm running
or
out.
nail clippers.
The nail
Lord knows you need some nail clippers. You know, I'm gonna suffer.
Do you bring nail clippers? Come on.
I'm gonna suffer and bring the weight of nail clippers so that my trip is more enjoyable.
Okay. All right.
So you don't scratch me in the
But
middle
you
of
don't
the
typically bring them, is what you're saying.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Never.
All right. That, my friend, is all I got.
That is all I got, guys. Thanks again. Check out all the social media handles at backpackingblisters.com. We will see you next time. Remember, guys, if you need some extra bags, Carl is the bag master. He has the biggest yellow urine bag in his pack that I've ever seen. See ya.